I mean, the main motifs are these little penises with bows round. I wanted them to look very sweet, like little fruits. There's Teddy. He's a kind of angry Teddy. He's like a kind of, he was very important to me, my Teddy, when I was little. He was the kind of the head figure in my personal mythology. It's about kind of the polarity of the kind of cuddliness of the Teddy being kind of like an image of innocence and friendliness, and to show that there's another side to childhood as well that isn't quite so friendly and innocent. And you know, quite, I think it's about my anger. You know, it's about all the anger we all carry around with us from times past, maybe.
I remember really clearly when you told me about Claire. Really clearly. It was quite early on when I'd only been going out with you for a few weeks probably. And you just suddenly said, I'm a transvestite. But then it became ordinary very quickly, didn't it? Because Paula as well, we got very into getting your makeup on and going around all the charity shops and finding funny outfits for you to wear.
I went to his house to pick him up to go somewhere. I knew he'd be dressed up because he'd told me. And when I went there and I answered the door, I thought, oh my God, who is this person? Why is he living with a middle-aged woman? And I have just found it amazing when it was him that said, no, it's me.
I remember going on outings to the park and things. Do you remember? On a walk, like you'd be all excited because it was all your big thing. But I had to go with you because you were too scared to go on your own, and I was like your niece and you were the auntie. And we'd walk along and just sit on a park bench. And you were enjoying yourself so much you wouldn't really want to go home. And you'd be just sitting there kind of all nervous, not really saying anything. And I'd be like, oh. And I got quite bored.
My father was an electrical engineer. Worked on.
Right. And by the time you were 5, your parents had split. You had a new dad.
My mother had an affair with the milkman, who turned into my stepfather.
Right.
So there was a suitcase full of photographs of me and my mother and my sister. But my stepfather destroyed it.
So you'd gone to them.
I lived with my father between the ages of, well, just for about 9 months, I think it was. Which is when they found out I was a tranny, while I was living there.
Oh, right.
And she was horrified, and
They found out how?
her daughter read my diary.
Right. So it was a stepsister that you...
Yeah, a stepsister that, yeah, she read my diary and told my mother. I think that's how it came out. And yeah, so that was then a stick she beat me with, really, metaphorically.
Was there an attempt at fixing you at all?
Oh yeah, I went to the doctors. That was fucking hopeless.
God. Yeah.
Yeah, completely hopeless, everything.
What do you remember the doctor, all that?
Oh, the doctor was, you know, he didn't have a clue really. He just thought I was gay.
Right.
Anyway, I hope you enjoy the rest of this evening, and I'm here.
I think with his pots, and indeed with his textile work, and indeed with his use of the persona of Claire, you've always got these different strands going through. You've got self-parody, you've got self-mockery, you've also got a knowingness about how you present yourself or your objects to the world, and then you've also got a very sincerity. You've got a heartfelt desire for these objects to be genuine and authentic, and the persona of Claire is a very authentic one. The artworks are very authentic, but they can be sincere, but they can also poke fun at themselves and indeed at all of us looking at them. And Grayson's very aware that being a transvestite is a kind of exotic, strange thing, even within the art world, which God knows is populated by enough exotic, strange people. So, you know, he's aware that we all view it as something rather exotic and extraordinary, so he plays up to that as well. But that doesn't mean to say that Claire isn't absolutely part of him and a sincerely meant and felt element of his life. So, you know, you've always got these flippings over with Grayson. You've always got these changes. And I think, you know, to look at his work, you've got to appreciate that.
I was scared of sincerity and seriousness and actually meaning it, because then I have perhaps to be in touch with the feelings that are being expressed.
Right.
So humour is always a good distancing thing, you know. Me, feelings, whoa, no. As I understand more about why I dress up, I hope to incorporate the aspects of my personality that I split off and kind of parcelled up with dressing up into my normal life. I don't know how that'll affect my dressing up, whether I'll dress up more or less, but, you know, I want to be a more fully rounded person, and so I want to bring in the things that I kind of gave to Claire, really.
Like all of us, Grayson's many people. Like all artworks, his artworks can say many different things, and I think that's why he's such a great artist. And I think, as far as Grayson's concerned, you know, his work just goes on getting better and better. I can't afford it now, though.